Hi guys, I'm Amy. I felt guided to come on and do a reading for the YouTube Divine Masculine Collective. So I'm going to start with the Wild Unknown Tarot, and I will be reading the descriptions from the book by Kim Kranz. Okay, this is Spirit. Wow. Okay, Spirit, please show me what it is the Divine Masculine Collective needs to see and hear today. What is it that my Divine Masculine Collective needs to know regarding their connection? Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so we start with the Five of Cups, which is the horse here. Horses could be relevant to you. Turn psoriasis. Okay, let's find Five of Cups is about grief and disappointment. The Five of Cups indicates a time of sorrow. A relationship may fall apart or an old friend could slip away. There will be disappointment and even regret. When this card appears, it's important not to make any hasty decisions. It may also be helpful to look at the type of expectations you place on others. Perhaps they can never do enough to please you. Okay, and the relationship loss that this is speaking of is with your divine feminine. Okay, that's the one I'm focusing on. We have the Son of Wands next. Okay, the Son of Wands, charming, adventurous. The Son of Wands is a true charmer. He's handsome and adventurous and seems to say all the right things. Some call him the White Knight of the Tarot, but at some point you may find he becomes hard to know. Trust your instinct with this one. Perfection is an illusion. I get that this is your energy, or it could be your past energy. Okay, that you were this Son of Wands energy, charming and adventurous. You could still be charming and adventurous, but you do need to make sure you're not hurting other people in the process. Okay, we do have the Ace of Cups coming up next, and this is about an offer of love. Okay, love's beginnings. Aces mark the beginning of exciting new phases. Since the Suit of Cups deals specifically with love and emotion, you're in for a real treat. Expect to enter a blissful time of health, joy, and friendship. A new love could be on the horizon. You may feel that you're making a whole new start. Just go with it and allow this feeling to revitalize your spirit. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, next we have the Father of Swords. Okay, and that is the owl. So far we have horse, snake, owl. These could be relevant in your connection. You could be seeing these animals. Any of the ones coming out in this reading could be signs for you on this journey. I know for me personally, I see a lot of snakes. I see a lot of owls as part of my journey. I am a divine feminine. Okay, like all the Swords family, the father has a gift for perception. He has a distinct ability to remove himself emotionally from a situation so that he can truly see it from all angles. He is therefore respected by others who usually describe him as fair or just. He's a responsible man with deep ties to his family, and it's keywords fair and analytical. Okay, so I feel like this is your energy. Okay, next we have the Four of Pentacles. One more page. Four of Pentacles is about possession and control. The Four of Pentacles first suggests material gain and stability. Only good news for your bank account and home. Yet underneath the surface, this is a card of warning. Do not become possessive or controlling. Holding on too tightly to the material world will leave you rigid, stagnant, and displeasing to others. Wealth is a concept. Okay, next we have the Four of Swords coming out. Fours could be relevant with two fours coming out back to back. The age 44 could be relevant. April 4th, 1944. Okay, Four of Swords, stillness and mental power. Though threatening swords loom above, the Lamb sits in stillness without fear. The Four of Swords says it's time to look inward and find the mental power to cope with the pressures. It's important to rest. Seek meditation or find literature that focus on ways to quiet the mind. Take this time to recuperate and move inward before those swords strike. Okay, so you are being guided to go within right now. There may be some inner healing or something that needs to go on still. Next, we have Temperance. The major arcana is at the back of the book in this one. Here we go, Temperance. Temperance is the blue heron, okay? The great blue heron remains calm and peaceful as she blends the opposing elements of fire and water. The Temperance card asks you to be a moderator, much like the heron. Focus on cooperation and compromise. If you've been excessive in one aspect of your life, practice self-restraint and moderation now. You'll find a new sense of healing and balance from bringing a little harmony back into your life. Beautiful message there. Okay, next we have the Two of Cups. Beautiful. Okay, let's find the Two of Cups. Connection, love, and romance. Say hello to the much adored Two of Cups. When this card appears, you can anticipate new love to be heading your way. And yes, this usually means romance, but sometimes it points to the birth of a dear and lasting friendship. Either way, the connection between you will be pure, honest, and solid. Open your heart and get ready. I love this for you. Beautiful. Okay, now we have the Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles here. Prosperity, growth, and generosity. The Six of Pentacles indicates that your long-awaited fruits are ready for harvesting, bringing more wealth than anticipated. Make sure you are generous during this bountiful time. This card can also signify generosity coming from someone else. If this is the case, accept the help with grace and put resources to good use. Nice. Now we've got the Two of Swords coming out, or two. Sorry, I seen two pieces of worm there. The Five of Swords coming out. Self-destruction. Yet another card of warning. The Five of Swords depicts the destruction of the self. You'll be lured into another situation or argument you know to avoid. Your selfishness and desire for power will lead you to defeat. Pain and discord will result. So what you're getting from this is if Someone is trying to pull you down into that lower vibration. You are going to have people pulling on your energy, trying to pull you into that lower vibration. It's up to you how you respond. Okay? I feel like you're being warned against that Five of Swords, that desire for power. You need to release that, okay? Next, we do have the Seven of Cups. We got the sun and the moon on there. Dark and light, Seven of Cups. Sweet, illusion and deception. I said sweet because I opened right to it. The Seven of Cups is not the most welcome card. It indicates you'll face temptation in many aspects of your life. Whether it's cheating for pleasure or for money, you'll soon realize you've been building a house of cards. You may feel as though you can't see clearly, can't judge right from wrong or up from down. This is the spell of the Seven of Cups. It's best to remove yourself for a while, step back until you can see straight again. So see, you're again being asked to remove yourself right under, well, we have this Four of Swords here, which guided you to go, pull back your energy from everyone and go within. So I feel like that's what you're being guided to do here. Next, we have Justice coming out, and Justice has a white cat and a black cat on it. Absolutely beautiful. And it's showing as number 8 in the Major Arcana. Okay, Justice is about decisions and karma. With tails entwined, the two cats look directly at you, waiting for you to choose between them. Which is right and which is wrong? The Justice card implies a weight or heaviness surrounding a choice you have to make. Now is not the time to shun the concept of divine balance or karma. All of your choices affect your life and sometimes the lives of those around you, both now and in the future. So it sounds like you have an important decision to make here. And that's what you're being guided to go within and, like, you need to just listen to yourself on what it is you need to do. You need to listen to your soul and not what other people are telling you. Okay, next we have the Hierophant, which is number 5 in the Major Arcana. Mentor seeking knowledge. In its simplest form, the Hierophant represents a mentor or teacher. This card signifies a hunger for knowledge, whether it is in the practical or the spiritual realm. You've come as far as you can on your own. Now it's the time to deepen your practice. Don't hesitate. Join a class. Go to a workshop. Don't be afraid of new experiences. A new ceremony or ritual may prove to be both comforting and rewarding. Open your heart and your teacher will soon appear. Okay, so you're being guided towards learning more. Next we have the Hanged Man. Okay, and that's number 12 in the Major Arcana. Okay, the Hanged Man is sacrifice, letting go. Many people talk about the art of letting go, but what does it really mean? And now I got the hiccups, so I don't know what that means. How do you achieve it? The Hanged Man has all the answers. He's a master of non-attachment. This card implies there's a sacrifice or a difficult or painful situation coming up in your life. Though you naturally want to resist and struggle through it, to be more like the Hanged Man, find stillness, open your eyes, and use this new perspective to learn something. You're stuck here either way, and the Hanged Man and Four of Swords, basically the same energy, you are being guided inward. You need to go within. All the answers you seek are within, and now we have the Five of Pentacles as the final card from this. Open. Dang, once again, opened right to it. Page 143, I love you. The Five of Pentacles is a card of sadness, worry, and illness are the key words of it. The Five of Pentacles is a card of hard times. It may come in the form of an illness, job loss, financial trouble, or rejection. Above all, there will be this worry, so much worry. This anxiety is counterproductive and damaging. You must find a way to quiet the mind during this difficult time. Rely on meditation or visualization to find peace. So you're, again, being guided to go within. So there's a very heavy energy here, divine masculines, that you need to go within and do some inner healing work still. I'm not saying that you haven't done any healing yet. I'm just saying more is required before you can, be ready to offer this cup of love to your divine feminine. Now, this reading is for those of you who want to come into union with your divine feminine. This reading is not for those who do not want to. I don't understand why you'd be watching a reading about it if you didn't want to. That's just me. Okay, now I'm going to use the Wildwood Tarot. So, Spirit, what else does the masculine collective need to see and hear today regarding their connection? Thank you, Spirit. So we start with the Four of Bows, celebration. Okay, Four of Bows, celebration. A celebration of health, wealth, and security, and a time to relax and enjoy the bounty of good fortune or labor. A holiday or festival at a time of plentiful fertility and creativity. While focus, effort, and dedication are inherent in the mastery of any skill that requires patience and practice, a time for relaxation and thankful celebration is also valuable. Without the timely and earned reward of indulgence, pleasure, and friendship, we become detached and isolated from those with whom we share a kinship and a common moral code and bond. To be able to relax and share in the bounty is a part of the human spirit's healing process and is how we refresh and nourish our soul. Whether the celebration is a traditional festival or the marking of a personal achievement, to allow the empowering energy of carefree celebration and laughter to revitalize our resolve and rekindle our desire is a gift from which reflection on the beauty, generosity, and natural wonder becomes available. To share and exchange the bounty of good fortune with those we love and respect is the most rewarding celebration in which we can indulge ourselves. I love that. Okay, next we have the Knight of Bows, which is the fox. Come on, card. Go straight. Okay, let's find the Knight of Bows. Next one. Yeah, no. Let's begin at the beginning of it. I apologize, but this book is set up really weird. Yep, the Knight of Bows is before the numbers. Okay. Fox. Determination leads you to success, but sometimes at personal cost. Your life may change or enter a different path at any moment. Native wit and cleverness guide your steps toward fulfillment, as does your gift of anticipating the future. Okay, so it's about quick wit or cleverness. Travel is implied. Next, we have the Two of Stones, which says it's about challenge. Wait a minute. Okay, Two of Stones. Female hares box for domination and territorial rights to breed. After drawing on your grounded energy to reach self-empowerment, a position may be challenged or a struggle for control initiated by others. Learning to deal with rivalry or adversity in a dispassionate manner is a practical skill that can be used to advantage. So it feels like you do have some people in your energy that perhaps, aren't thinking about the best thing for you, and you're being guided to handle it as I feel like as the word diplomatic is coming to mind, as diplomatically as possible. Okay, we've got the Knight of Arrows next. Nice, another owl card. Well, it says hawk, but it certainly looks like an owl. Let's find it. Knight of Arrows. Okay, yeah, it says it's the hawk. A quicksilver message of fate. The hawk can help and support you to see through layers of doubt and uncertainty to the problem at the heart of the matter. Be swift and subtle and use your common sense to progress. And I feel like that's how you're being guided to deal with whoever it is in your energy, with this competitive energy. Next, we have the Ten of Vessels coming out. Happiness. Okay, let's find Vessels. Vessels. Here we go. Ten of Vessels, happiness. Generous fulfillment of desires from a source that is pure and cleansing. Reward for patience and love given selflessly. True emotional stability and freedom. Beautiful. I love that that's in your energy. I feel like if you can overcome this here, this Two of Stones energy of competition with others, if you handle that well enough, it's going to lead you to this happiness. Next, we have the World Tree. Let me find the World Tree. 21 in the major arcana. Sweet. As the symbol of the conscious bridge between the living macrocosm and the inner universe of the human psyche, the World Tree marks the end of one journey for the wanderer and the beginning of another. The wanderer began the journey around the wheel with an innocent and childlike curiosity, but the subtle growing process experienced on the way has brought inner gifts of wisdom and awareness. The final step is to follow the path through the living maze and enter the heart of the World Tree to become one with the wholeness of the universal mind. Nothing is hidden, and no misleading or cunning diversions are set to lead the unwary off the path, but to gain access to the tree, one must walk the path and complete the journey. The universal labyrinth has no dead ends or false routes, but leads on one wandering pathway from the entrance inexplorably to come to the center. Perhaps symbolizing the passage of the sun or guarding the souls of dead ancestors and spirits in their place of repose, it remains a pathway to the core of the mysteries and an easily recognized image of the human journey. Through the doorway at the base of the tree is clearly visible, and nothing stops the traveler from directly approaching it. Walking the labyrinthine pathway is a ritual requiring patience and insight, and enabling contemplation and meditation on the meaning of the journey. What may be found beyond the door is both individual and universal, for encompassed within the branches of the World Tree are the four seasons of the cycle of life. Through the restful healing of winter to the fertile freshness of spring, The power and joy of summer and the wisdom and maturity of autumn, the cosmic light of universal understanding shines from the heart of the tree, creating a bridge to the source of all consciousness and life. The world tree represents all individual life and all knowledge in one holographic field of consciousness, and paradoxically remains as one entity, whole and complete. This complex concept is not only stranger than we think, it is stranger than we can think. Okay, the universe and all its blessings are available to everyone who seeks knowledge and wisdom with a sincere heart. On every level, the cosmos has a generous bounty and gives freely of its rich nourishment and fulfillment. No matter how long the journey of life may be, however many twists and turns the maze may offer us, in the end, if we persevere, we will reach the point of fulfillment. This may relate to material gain and wealth, or to spiritual happiness and emotional security. But after the long process, excuse me, of learning, responsibility, and rebirth, it is now time to bathe in the light of renewal, attainment, and personal triumph. Breathe in the rich air, drink of the sweet water, and rejoice in the warm and fire of the universal life force. Ooh, that was a long one. I need to drink some water. And next we have number 8, the stag. So let's find number 8. The stag. Let's see, the concepts of forgiveness and reward are not appropriate here. They are human ideas which have no reality in natural lore. One reaps what one has sown. Just as right or generous action brings fulfillment and peace, greed and vengeful desire bring bitter loneliness and disillusion. Balance will be maintained by the planet's ecosystem. The justice it dispenses is long-lasting and is both merciful and irrevocable in its final conclusions. We are guests of the earth, not its masters. And like ill-mannered children at a banquet offered freely by a generous and forgiving host, we have behaved badly and are in danger of spoiling the gathering for everyone else. Our thoughtless greed and selfishness have seriously destroyed the ecosystem. The fine balance and interdependent connection between nature and humans is pivotal. If the balance is disturbed by any inappropriate or thoughtless action, there will surely be a natural reaction and the balance will have to be reset. On an individual level, this may involve haunting guilt over a wrong action or a subconscious feeling of bitterness because of an unfair situation. It signifies the karmic wheel of justice that rules our basic concepts of right and wrong and the inescapable faith that justice will always be done. On a global level, it may mean that the thoughtless rape of the rainforest will one day severely affect the weather patterns, and the polluted seas will one day produce poisoned fish that will be inedible. One day, in the not-too-distant future, our host, the Earth, may have no option but to give notice that the pendulum of justice has swung away from us and we will no longer be welcome at the banquet. Both on an individual level and as a civilization, we are responsible for our actions and must be aware of their consequences. That one was very, very deep. I was not expecting that. So, yeah, I feel like we're being asked to definitely make sure we start taking better care of ourselves and our planet with that one. Okay, we've got the Archer coming out next, number 7. The bow's, oops. The bow's importance for most of early mankind, both as a tool for survival and for defense, cannot be underestimated. It is for this reason, perhaps, it has also become a spiritual symbol, and that the drawing and releasing of an arrow is sometimes seen as a ritualistic practice in its own right. For many, the bow is a powerful link to our past, and the patience required to master it connects the archer with ancient life or death experience. The Celts placed written spells on their arrows, and Sioux Indian medicine arrows were painted with geometric designs and held special ritual significance, so that from early times the use of the bow took on a role in the harnessing and transmission of the will. Stringing the bow gives the wood a potential for the release of energy. Drawing the bow controls and harnesses that energy, and releasing the arrow with intent finally sends the archer's will through the air to its target. Just as spells and curses were loosed through the air by hunters and shamans, so we must ourselves tune into this ancient process and become archers with quivers full of ideas and desires, capable of forming and focusing our aim and the steady drawing of our will, and then loosing our creative and intellectual drive in a controlled and effective way. The key to a smooth and accurate release of the arrow is a steady and relaxed state, both physically and mentally. As hunters in the forest, we need patience and cunning, as well as an intimate knowledge of the wildwood to move with stealth towards the quarry. Then, with a cool and deliberate aim, the arrow must be released, itself containing something of our will and our spirit on its flight towards its goal. And then finally we have the wheel. And the wheel is number 10. The wheel traditionally represents the cycles of eternal law and evolution that all living creatures are governed by. Change is unavoidable but necessary if the cycles of nature are to remain alive and regenerative. But on the human level, we are the weavers of our own destiny. Consciously or unconsciously, we make the patterns and possibilities that mark our path through fate. We wear our fate around us like a cloak, carrying with us all the potential and possibilities the universe has to offer. And although the seemingly random, chaotic nature of the universe always has the final word, we can affect our own life and that of the world by taking control of our destiny. Many believe that fate is set, that all things are predestined, no matter what we do in this human reality, but the weaver of the cloak can affect this ever-shifting matrix of potential just by recognizing the pattern and making timely decisions. We can grasp the web of fate and weave in our own special personal pattern. Although the jigsaw puzzle of probability and possibility holds the universe together in a loose web of predictable events, nothing is set in stone. The very act of asking a question creates a whole new set of possible outcomes. But be aware, with this ability to weave our own destiny comes responsibility. Our actions are not without risk. If things are out of balance with the universe, the will bring change in order to restore natural harmony to the web of fate. Okay, so there was a whole lot going on in this reading. If you're still here, I thank you for sticking with me through this. There was definitely a message here for you if you were guided to sit through this. Now I'm going to pull. Okay, Spirit, please show me who this message is meant for in my YouTube collective. Show me who this message is meant for, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so we start with Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Next we have Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. And then we have Moon, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. See if there's any more signs and synchronicities, so the collective knows this reading is meant for them, Spirit. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Oops. Okay, Leo jumped to the floor there. Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. We've got Cancer, the Chariot, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. With the Chariot, you could feel like taking action towards your divine feminine. We have Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rise, and Venus. We've got Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rise, and Venus. We've got Mars, the Tower. So Mars is Scorpio and Aries, Sun, Moon, Rise, and Venus. And then we've got Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rise, and Venus. Okay, and with the Tower, I'm getting that this connection is someone you've already had an ending with. I'm going to leave this reading here. I thank you for watching. I hope you have a great day or night.